Let me take you back to 2022 when 5G was introduced and the Department of Telecommunications held a record-breaking auction, selling 5G spectrum worth 1.5 lakh crore rupees.
5G देश के द्वार पर नए दौर की दस्तक लेके आया है। देश में 5G सर्विसेज कई सेक्टर्स में फंडामेंटल चेंज आएगा।
5G is much more than the next generation of connectivity technology. 5G will augment services at scale and will create impact in critical areas.
Fast forward to today. In June 2024, with 5G network in place, the Department of Telecommunications raised only 12% of the government's projected 96,238 crore rupees. So what went wrong this time?
Actually, Kanishka, nothing went wrong. Everything went right, and this is how it should be in the coming years also, Most likely it's going to be an annual exercise. That's what the Department of Telecommunications has said. So the collection has been a little over 11,000 crore. If we are comparing with, say, 2022, when the 5G auction kitty was like much larger, the reasons were different because telecom companies were going all out to bid because they were in a hurry to launch their 5G services. If you compare with like more than a decade ago in 2010, that was one of the biggest auctions because that was like the beginning of that exercise. That was 3G starting at that time, and the auction process went on for about 34 days. This time it was barely 2 days.
Well, you might wonder why spectrum auctions are held. All our communication devices like mobile phones and landline need signal to connect. Now these signals travel on airwave, which must be sent at specific frequencies to avoid interference. Now in India, the central government owns all airwaves. To expand and maintain telecom services, the government regularly auctions these airwaves through the Department of Telecommunications. Now these airwaves, called spectrum, are divided into bands with different frequencies. They are sold to telecom companies for about 20 years. How do telecom companies view the 5G rollout in India, and what are the major challenges these companies face?
See, as far as 5G rollout goes, Airtel and Jio, they have done almost pan-India rollout already. Vodafone is the only private player which has not done it because it started late because of its own financial constraints, and now it has been able to raise funds, and it is planning, an all-out 5G rollout. Lack of use cases is one of the big challenges. Number two, the download speed of 5G, it's not great. So why should I take, 5G services if the download speed is not good?
Now in the latest auction, Bharti Airtel was the biggest bidder, followed by Vodafone Idea. Reliance Jio, however, did not spend much this time. So what is the key takeaway from the latest auction?
Yes, you're right. It came as a surprise that Reliance Jio has not bid as much as Bharti Airtel and Vodafone Idea. Reliance Jio is the leader, market leader. So, the expectation was that it would pick up a lot more spectrum. But, it bid wisely. All three of them had their reasons for what they did. Bharti Airtel and Vodafone Idea, they were facing expiry of their spectrum that they already had, so they had to renew spectrum. They needed to get fresh spectrum. So that's why their bid amount is more. They have picked up more spectrum. Reliance Jio is a late entrant. It is not facing any spectrum expiry at this point, so it will buy more spectrum when it requires. So it bid what it wanted.
After the muted telecom spectrum auction, key players like Airtel and Jio have significantly increased their tariffs. How will that impact you? Stay tuned to Business Standard to find out.